Hey guys, welcome in this video. I hope that all of you are doing right. So in this video, what we're going to talk about is how to get good trading results in 2022. So how to actually be profitable, right? And have an amazing year on the markets. So you guys will see that we will really go into a lot of details here in this video. And I'm really going to explain you guys what you actually and practically can do to make sure that this happens. So make sure that you watch until the end of the video because you will see that everything I'm going to explain would kind of all make sense together, and it's very, very important for you guys to understand how to navigate through the market this year. So just before that we start, as always guys, don't forget to leave a like under the video and make sure as well that you are subscribed to the channel if it's not already done. All right, so let's get right into it. I don't want to waste any more time. So in 2020 and in 2021, right? So we had the beginning of the pandemic, markets went down initially on that. And then after that, we had the Fed around the lows that really started to buy a lot of financial products. They started their quantitative easing program. All the central banks reduce their interest rate around zero, and markets have been able to go back up, right? And really since these lows, right, the markets have been going up, you know, month after month, right? Like it's crazy, you know, the markets are just going up and up and up and up. Yes, we have a few pullbacks on the way, but I mean, markets have been absolutely crushing it, right? And so it's really important to understand that, you know, when we get these kind of situations, it's really easy, right, to make money on the markets, right? It's not really difficult, right? Even for people who have absolutely no idea what they're doing, well, they can just buy the stock market and it went up and they've made a lot of money, right? They've made, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%, right, of their money. And probably even more, right, for people who invested more in cryptos and stuff like that, right? So it's absolutely crazy, you know, to look at the markets in the last couple of months and years and really just, you know, notice how easy it has been, because the markets have just been overall going up in a beautiful and very easy to recognize structure of an uptrend, right? And so I'll put a screenshot right here, right? Like you guys will understand what I mean. So that's the S&P chart, right? Look at the trend line, right, that we have. I mean, it's been respected so many times. Look at the 100 moving average, right? Like it's crazy how, you know, easy it has been to ride this bull market, right? And so I think that a lot of people have been kind of distracted by how easy it was, in the sense that they expect markets to be easy like that forever, right? They don't understand that at some point markets will be able to go back down. It will make a bigger correction, maybe even a crash, and it will be a much more difficult time to trade, right? And that's the reason why I'm making this video for you guys today. It's because I really want you guys to understand that it's been easy. There has been no problem to make money on the markets, but it's probably about to turn into a much more difficult place to make money, simply because I would not be surprised if we get a bigger correction at some point on the markets, maybe even right now as I'm recording this video. And if we get a bigger correction, right, either as a form of a crash or as a form of a corrective down move to the downside, well, most people are not going to be able to survive this, because most people have way too much leverage on the market, right? Like since people have made a lot of money you know, investing and trading on the markets, they are in full confidence, right? Like they think that it will keep going up forever, and that, you know, they found a way to make money and that they will become, you know, amazingly rich, right? But the sad truth is that if it starts to go down, a lot of people are so exposed that even a small down move, right, in reality is going to cause them massive losses. And for most people, it's also going to take them out of the market, right? So I'm making this video, number one, for you guys to understand what you have to do in order to actually make money and not lose money, but also as a warning sign to kind of maybe give you guys a wake-up call for some of you, right? Because it's really, really important to understand that markets are not going to go up like this forever, and it's not always going to be easy like that to make money, right? Because, you know, since the lows of the pandemic, right, we had a very dovish Fed, we had low reading of inflation, we had people at home who had nothing to do beside investing on the markets, right? Like it's crazy how much money has been put on the market and how much money is still waiting on the sideline, right? Like there's so much money in the system overall that this has just kind of created almost a bubble, if you want, right, where markets have just been going up. But the point is that right now, if we look at what we have in terms of fundamentals, it's completely different, right? So what we have instead of a dovish Fed, we have a very hawkish Fed, right? So we have a central bank that is already removing their quantitative easing program, and that is talking about raising rates multiple times this year. And then just on top of that, we have high inflation, right? And if you study history, right, hawkish central bank and high inflation, these are probably the two worst elements for a stock market to go up, right? And so to me, fundamentals right now, I'll be honest with you guys, they are more toward the downside than anything else. And that's the reason why I think that a bigger correction, either now, in the next few days, few weeks, few months, I think is very, very likely to happen. And I would not be surprised to see a down move on the market that is relatively big, right? I think that most people are not ready for that. I think most people are not understanding how it could actually develop like that. And that is actually what could be scary, right? Because if no one is ready for this, if the markets start to tank and really go down all of a sudden, this could create panic selling, right? And it could just accelerate the move and we could see a market crash, right? I know it sounds a bit crazy. I know not a lot of people are talking about this right now, right? Everyone is still, super happy that the markets are going up and wow, such an amazing environment to make money. Right, it might become more risky, right? And so I'm doing this video for you guys as a warning sign, right? I've already talked about that in our private group multiple times, right? I've explained this idea in different weekly market analysis videos that I do, and I keep the group updated every single day almost about this potential move. But it's really important, and I wanted to also share this with you guys for you to understand, right? If you want to have access to the program that we do, get in our private group, right, and learn how to trade and work with me directly. The link of the program is always in the description box below. That is for you guys who actually want to take this even more seriously and get to the next level, right? But I wanted to put this out there and help you guys actually understand how important it was, right? So what I am going to advise you guys to do in this video is to keep up with fundamentals, all right? Look at the charts, but look also at fundamentals, right? As I said, since the lows of the pandemic, we've had massive shift in terms of fundamentals, which have been able to help the price go up, right? But right now we are getting another shift in terms of fundamentals, which is probably going to bring down prices, right? And so you have to understand when that will happen and for what reasons, right? So you have to stay updated with fundamentals. And as I said, look at these two elements that I've give you guys, right? So hawkish Fed and high inflation. You need to look at these things, and you also need to look at COVID, especially in China, right? China is, one of the most important economic places in the world, right? And China has a zero COVID policy since the beginning. What does that mean? That means that China does not tolerate to have COVID. So as soon as there are some cases, everyone goes in lockdown, and they wait for the cases to disappear before that life can start again, right? So they have a zero COVID policy. But with Omicron, the new variant, right, it spreads a lot faster, and it's already out there in China. A lot of places are already in lockdown. And so what happens is that if China goes back in lockdown, what this will happen, right? And what this will do for the economy is that it's going to hurt supply chain again, right? So we will have less production, right? So less offer, right? So that's the reason why, watching things like oil as well, right, is really, really important to see as well the demand from China and stuff like that, right? So this could definitely hurt the economy as well if China goes back in lockdown, for example, right? So I'm just trying to give you guys right now as many points as possible for you to look at fundamentals and for you to understand what can happen if the markets go down and how to protect yourself, right? Now, the question is, how can you make money in this environment? Well, the first thing that you have to do is to simply wait for a potential market move to the downside, right? Like, let's say markets really go down a lot, and let's say that the moves just exaggerate itself, right? It goes much further than what it should have. Then maybe that there will be some buying opportunities after that, right? So maybe that a strategy that would make sense, right, would be to kind of stay in the sideline, wait to see what happens. Are we going to actually get a down move? Are we going to go back up in the uptrend? And then if we get a down move, this could be an amazing buying opportunity, right? So that is one way to play it. Otherwise, and what I do personally, right, is that, as you guys know, I manage a portfolio. I have a fund with multiple different positions. So I still have long positions on commodities and indexes at the moment, right? So my portfolio could be at risk of a bigger correction. So what did I do recently? I removed a lot of risk on some of my positions. So right now, overall, I don't have much risk on the market. And if the markets go down, I will be able to take a short position, either directly on the market or maybe through a currency pair or something like that, right? And make money both ways, right? So even if the market goes down, not only I will be able to protect my portfolio from this, but I will also be able to make money, right? And that's the reason why I push so much to you guys to learn how to trade like I do, right? Simply because it's just amazing what happens when you have a portfolio with diversified positions, what it can do for you, and the type of consistency that you can get, right? No matter if the market goes up or goes down, you can always make money, right? So it's really important to understand that. And the way that you will be able to navigate through all of this is, as I said, if you watch fundamentals and you understand what can happen for the price, right? So that is my tip for you guys, and that's what I wanted to share with you for this video. So watch fundamentals, all the points that I've said, and watch technicals as well, right? I'll put again back the chart that I've showed you guys at the beginning of the video. Watch the S&P, and I'll also put right here the Nasdaq and the Russell, right, which are other big stock market indexes, right? And I will highlight on the chart all the important elements that you guys will need to watch, right? So watch fundamentals, watch all of these charts, try to link them up together, try to see if it's going to break or not and when that will happen. And I'm telling you, right, if you can navigate through this successfully, you will have a much better understanding of the markets, and this will help you make money and stay consistent. Even if the year for overall markets is not that good, you could still get amazing results if you know how to trade through these markets. So that's the idea. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you got some value out of it. If you did, don't forget to leave it a like and share it around as well. And on that, take care, trade with care, manage your money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.